Alright, welcome to today's episode on staying safe over the internet. Now, today we'll be looking at very simple stuff we could do that can help us stay secure and then safe over the internet while working from home or working from wherever you might be working from. Now, to make this very simple, we'll just be looking at the usage of VPNs, so using VPNs to stay secure and then safer over the internet. Now, these are very helpful methods we could use to stay secure over the internet. For instance, let's just take a simple analogy. So I would like to send a message to my brother or to my mom somewhere in a different part of the world, actually. So say I write it on a piece of paper and then give it to a postman. Now, this isn't quite secure, even though it could get to my parents or it could get to whomever I'm sending this to, but it's not quite secure. So to make it more secure, I might maybe put it in an envelope and then give it to the postman. Then the postman delivers this message in an envelope. Same thing works with VPNs, but to understand this better, we will just look at a simple analogy on how data is sent or how information is transferred over the internet. Okay, so explaining further, now let's look at what a VPN is. So a VPN is entirely a service that allows you to access the web more safely and privately. Okay, but what are some of the reasons that anybody would want to use a VPN? Now, these reasons include it hides your activity from anyone that might be interested in it. Say you are on a public Wi-Fi and you might want to access very important information. Now, the use of a VPN is most definitely important. And then it also hides your location, enabling you to access geo-blocked content. For instance, you might be in a country that doesn't allow you to access very specific sites, and then you maybe need to access these sites for one or two reasons. Now, VPN is definitely what you need to use to be able to do this, and then it also makes you more anonymous on the web. So, and then it helps you keeps your connection protected when using public Wi-Fi or public hotspots. So, just as I said earlier. Now, let's take a look at the simple analogy here. Now, we've got two people who might want to send a message to each other. We've got Jane, who wants to send a message to her boss, Doris. Now, Jane has got herself a router, then an internet service provider, and then through to the internet. Now, internet service providers are basically companies that provide us with internet, so that gives us access to internet from our homes, businesses, offices, anywhere. They help us connect to the internet. So Jen has got herself a router, an internet service provider, and then whatsoever data she's passing on goes through the internet. Then the same process is reversed, then from the internet through to another internet service provider, then to a router, and then to her boss, Doris. Now, this simple analogy could be safer if, say, they were in their own homes and then have access to like their own routers. But what if one of them were in a cafe, or one of them were outside somewhere on the street and then using a public Wi-Fi? This couldn't be the same. So of course, maybe one of them might not be safer as compared to if these routers were theirs and then they were in their own homes. Okay, so what then could you do? Now, Jane could send a message through this network and then it will be very safe and then okay for her. But then if, say, Jane is in a coffee shop somewhere, now she might need to encrypt, she might need to keep her information safer, so it could get to her boss, Doris, and then not get intercepted by anybody on the same network. Now, that's why we use a VPN. So a VPN basically adds an extra layer of security to the information you are sending over the internet. So if Jane were using a VPN, then fine, she could be safe, whether on a public Wi-Fi or on her home network as well. She could be 100% safe. Okay, yeah, 100% safe, maybe. Yeah. So she could be 100% safe using a VPN. The same process applies to Doris. If she's also somewhere in a cafe or outside on the street walking somewhere and then accessing a public Wi-Fi, then she might as well need VPN to keep her information safer.